the Northeast, a student testing positive in Boston.
Seems to be an isolated incident.
A suspected case in New York as the first death is reported outside of China. Will a new U.S. policy stem the spread?
Wild weather, the new storm pounding the west. Rivers raging from more than 8 inches of rain. Homes and streets flooded. That storm now barreling across the country, bringing more dangerous conditions.
Final frenzy just hours to go before the first voting of the 2020 presidential race. The last pitches.
I think we are the strongest campaign to defeat Trump.
Plus, why the Des Moines Register canceled the release of their latest poll.
Explosive allegations, current and former Victoria's Secret executives under scrutiny after a New York Times report of alleged systematic misogyny, bullying, and harassment at the lingerie empire. What the company is saying this morning.
And Super Sunday. The Chiefs against the 49ers, a matchup of offense versus defense. We're live in Miami ahead of the kickoff, the celebrity-filled parties and memorable moments. Plus, our kid correspondent getting the scoop from some gridiron greats.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning. We have a lot going on this Sunday morning. The Super Bowl is tonight, the Iowa caucuses tomorrow, followed by the State of the Union, and then the final vote in the impeachment trial, and we have it all covered right here.
We do, but we're going to start here with the breaking news in the coronavirus story. Here's what we know as we come on the air. There is a new confirmed case of the virus here in the United States, bringing the total to 8 cases. In China, where this all started, there have now been more than 300 deaths, including 45 since yesterday. And we now have the first death outside of China, a man in the Philippines.
And we have team coverage this morning from both the U.S. and China. We begin with ABC's Clayton Sandell, who's in Riverside County, California, where 200 people have been quarantined. Clayton, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Whit. It is day 5 of the quarantine here at this military base. Those Americans evacuated from China are getting a health screening every 12 hours. Now, so far, no one is showing any symptoms, but on the East Coast, a new confirmed case in Boston and a suspected case in New York have officials watching very closely.
Starting today, the U.S. is closing its doors, blocking foreign nationals who recently traveled to China, an effort to slow the rapid spread of novel coronavirus.
At 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the United States government will implement temporary measures to increase our abilities to detect and contain the coronavirus.
The restrictions kicking in as Massachusetts confirms its first case.
Seems to be an isolated incident.
The patient is a university student who traveled to Wuhan, China, the epicenter of the outbreak, arriving at Logan Airport Tuesday. He's now at home in isolation.
There is no fear right now of coronavirus as far as spreading to the city of Boston or to my knowledge, to Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
New York now joining a list of 37 states investigating suspected cases. On the West Coast,
just checking in here from day 4 of the quarantine.
Those 195 Americans evacuated from Wuhan last week, including kids, will be monitored over 2 weeks for symptoms.
We're just making the best of it, enjoying the weather. The weather has been beautiful, and just kind of making the best of it while we're out here and trying to keep a positive attitude.
There are now 8 confirmed novel coronavirus cases in 5 states.
We still have a low risk to the American public, but we want to keep it at a low risk.
But if the outbreak continues to spread and more evacuations are needed, the U.S. military is designating bases in Colorado, California, and Texas that could house 1,000 people in quarantine. The ripple effects of the virus now infecting the economy. Apple and Starbucks closing stores in China, and airlines, United, American, and Delta, canceling all China flights.
As for the folks here in quarantine, even if they test negative, they will be stuck here for the entire 2 weeks because we're told the virus can incubate for about 14 days. Now, we are also told that they're going to have a little fun today, hopefully, when they all gather to watch the Super Bowl. Eva?
All right, Clayton, thank you. And now to China, where this outbreak began. In Hong Kong, health workers have voted to strike starting tomorrow to demand closing borders with mainland China. ABC's Ian Pannell is in Hong Kong with more. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, Eva. Another big leap in deaths and reported infections overnight, bringing the total now to more than 14,000 with the potentially deadly virus and over 300 dead in China alone. We're also hearing of the first death outside the country. This is a 44-year-old man in the Philippines, but he was a resident of Wuhan, where most cases have come from. Worth stressing, though, that the Chinese health authorities are also reporting many cases of patients who have been treated and recovered and have been sent home. But the city at the epicenter is still in lockdown. You can see the streets of this normally bustling megacity are as good as deserted. Remember, hundreds of Americans are still trapped there. Other parts of China have also been placed under strict quarantine rules as this virus continues to spread. Meanwhile, healthcare workers here in Hong Kong have voted to strike this week over the government's refusal to seal all borders with China, as many other countries have done. We've been speaking to a nurse who told us that staff don't even have enough high-quality protective gear, and that some patients from China have been found to have at first lied about whether they'd been to Wuhan, only admitting later on, after they became seriously ill, that they had been there, making it, of course, even harder for healthcare professionals to look after themselves and to treat patients. Dan?
Ian, thank you. And just to put this in perspective, while the coronavirus is certainly scary, many more people have died from the flu season, which is currently raging. Ian, thank you again. We're going to switch gears now and turn to the breaking weather news. There's a new storm hitting the American West, about to bring dangerous winds to California and then march across the entire country. And Rob, of course, is right here tracking it all. Rob, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Boy, Seattle, Washington got it again. It's been a horrible January, and this is Granite Falls, just northeast of Seattle. You see the raging river. There are a number of rivers on the rise. There has been some home flooding as well in Salton, Washington, and people walking through some of these floodwaters. Records broken across the board for much of January. Forks seeing rain every day of the month. Their wettest January and wettest month on record, and thanks in part to this atmospheric river now pouring into the beginning of February. There'll be some cold air behind this that will drop the snow levels, but I think we'll see some windy conditions. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Las Vegas tonight. Then it gets into the plains during the day tomorrow with a little bit of snow for Denver, and then severe storm threat Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday across parts of the southeast. We could see some damaging winds and the potential of seeing tornadoes. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. Wait, over to you.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. To politics now and the countdown to the first voting of the 2020 campaign. Democrats making one final push in Iowa ahead of tomorrow's caucuses. ABC's Rachel Scott is in Des Moines with much more. Rachel, good morning.
Whit, good morning. After more than 2,000 campaign events in Iowa alone this cycle, we are now just one day out from the first vote. And with no clear frontrunner, the Democratic candidates are scrambling to break out of the pack. This morning, the Democratic presidential candidates raced to the finish line in Iowa. With just hours to go, the release of the highly anticipated Des Moines Register poll pulled over concerns about how it was conducted. Senator Bernie Sanders packing a caucus concert, the largest rally in the state this cycle. Other candidates taking to the stump with marching bands, letting loose on the trail, and bringing crowds to their feet. Senator Elizabeth Warren skipping her signature selfie line after spending most of this final stretch on Capitol Hill for the Senate impeachment trial.
I've been in Washington for a long time, locked down, and I need to get to a lot of places around Iowa.
The first vote in the 2020 election only one day away. Mayor Pete Buttigieg on the attack in Cedar Rapids, hoping to catch up to his rivals.
We're hearing from the vice president right now that this is no time to take a risk on somebody new. The biggest risk that we could take is to try to meet a fundamentally new challenge by falling back on the familiar.
Former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Bernie Sanders pivoting to electability, pitching themselves as the candidate who can defeat President Trump and unite the country.
You got to bring people together, not just Democrats, not just independents, but Republicans as well.
I think we are the strongest campaign to defeat Trump because we are developing the strongest grassroots movement.
And Iowa is just the starting line. The Democratic primary now kicks into high gear. What happens in this first contest will set the tone for the next. The New Hampshire primary now only 9 days away, Whit.
All right, Rachel, and Eve and I will be on a plane. We'll join you there in Iowa in just a few hours. Meantime, tune in Monday for our live coverage of the results of the Iowa caucuses right here on ABC.
Well, closing arguments in President Trump's impeachment case will be held Monday with a vote on the verdict expected Wednesday. In between, the president delivers his State of the Union address. A lot on the agenda this week. ABC's David Wright is covering the president in West Palm Beach, Florida. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning, Eva. This will be the president's third time addressing a joint session of Congress, but his first since impeachment. Administration officials say he'll stress relentless optimism, but they won't say whether he'll acknowledge impeachment at all. Of course, out on the campaign trail and at party rallies, he's not exactly shy about doing that, but it's a little bit different in the formality of that chamber. Nancy Pelosi standing right there behind him, and in the audience, 100 people who will be voting the very next day on the verdict.
Now, David, this is a process that has tested the separation of powers, and representatives of all three branches of government will be there in the room. Is there an opportunity to heal the wounds of this process?
Maybe, but it depends on how they deal with the elephant in the room. Impeachment is going to be tough to ignore, but also awkward to acknowledge. A real test of decorum on all sides. You remember last year, Speaker Pelosi seemed to troll President Trump with exaggerated applause. And on Friday night, Senator Ted Cruz in the Senate chamber mimicked that gesture. Trump is not the first U.S. president to deliver a State of the Union in the midst of impeachment. Back in 1999, Bill Clinton spoke for 77 minutes. He did not mention impeachment once. Well, we'll see if President Trump follows that example. Eva?
All right, David Wright for us this morning. Thank you. Dan?
Thank you, Eva. Thank you, David. For more on all of this, let's bring in our chief anchor, George Stephanopoulos, who will be hosting This Week later this morning, heading into a relaxing week with not much going on. Let's start with Iowa. Do you have a sense of who's likely to come out on top, or is this just a jump ball all the way around?
It's a complete fool's errand to try to predict the Iowa caucuses. They surprise almost every time around. And coming into the caucuses tomorrow night, the pack is pretty tightly bunched. Those top four, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, and Elizabeth Warren, have been pretty well packed the entire process. So it's really, really hard to read. Generally, they've said that, you get 3 tickets out of Iowa. I think this time around, it's very possible you're going to have 4 tickets out of Iowa.
Let's talk about the State of the Union, which is going to happen the next day. Is this? I would imagine this is both an opportunity for the president and also a little bit of a tricky moment.
Biggest opportunity of the year. He's got an unparalleled audience for as much time as he wants to take on Tuesday night. I think one of the big questions, as David just alluded to, is how does he deal with impeachment? And I think it's pretty unlikely to imagine that he's going to go through the whole speech without mentioning it or alluding to it in any way, in the way that Bill Clinton did back in 1999. That would be a surprise if he did. The second thing to watch for, since this is going to be coming off the Iowa caucuses on Monday night, how does he address that? Remember last year's State of the Union, he kind of took on the idea of Democrats being socialists, which was a pretty clear shot at Bernie Sanders. If Bernie does well on Monday night, will we see that again from the president? I think those are the two big things to watch for.
He's going to be speaking before the vote on Wednesday, when the senators are expected to acquit him on these charges that have been brought up in the impeachment process. Assuming that he is acquitted, which it looks like he certainly will be, what kind of impact do you think that's going to have on his governing style and his campaign style?
Well, that is a big, big question. Again, let's see if he talks about it on Tuesday night. Number two, in the past, whenever the president has kind of escaped an issue, he's doubled down. Remember, just the day after the Mueller testimony back in July of 2019 was the day he made that phone call to the Ukrainian president. He might feel completely vindicated and unleashed in the wake of this. On the other hand, this story is not over. We're still waiting to hear from John Bolton. We found out just late on Friday night at midnight that the Justice Department was holding back 24 emails that indicated the president's thinking on this matter. You can bet that the Democrats are going to make an issue of this going into the election. What kind of impact that will have is uncertain, but the president has not escaped this issue. And one final point on that, the Southern District of New York is still investigating his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, for his involvement in this matter.
A lot of shoes left potentially to drop from this centipede. George, thank you very much for coming on, and good luck this week. Just let me give you a sense of how busy his week is. He's got a big show this morning. He's going to go one-on-one with presidential candidates Pete Buttigieg and Andrew Yang, plus the Powerhouse Roundtable. We'll break down the politics of impeachment and the latest on the 2020 race on the eve of Iowa. That's coming up later this morning right here on ABC on This Week. And then a reminder, George will lead our live coverage of the Senate impeachment trial when it resumes at 11 Eastern Monday morning right here on ABC. And let me just give you one other reminder. We had exciting news regarding ABC News with today's extraordinary news cycle, which we're all so busy covering. The timing is perfect for the new ABC News Live streaming channel. everywhere. Breaking news, context analysis, digging deeper, making sense of it all. ABC News Live launches tomorrow night. George, thanks again. Appreciate it. Whit, over to you.
Plenty to stream next week,
Yes,
that's for
indeed.
sure. We're going to shift gears here and turn to the Super Bowl. Just hours away from kickoff in Miami for Super Bowl 54 between the 49ers and the Chiefs. ABC's TJ Holmes is right in the mix there in Miami with all the excitement surrounding the big game. TJ, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. And look, this is a tale of two different teams here. The 49ers are in this thing, and if they win this Super Bowl, they could become one of the winningest NFL teams of all time in the Super Bowl. They could join the Steelers, actually, and the Patriots to have 6 Super Bowl wins. That's what the 49ers have on the line. For the Chiefs, well, they ain't been here in 50 years. They're looking for their first Super Bowl win in some 50 years. So 2 different things they're going after here. But look, guys, aren't you tired of talking about the Super Bowl? It's time to do this.
We're just hours away. The Kansas City Chiefs' high-powered offense and the San Francisco 49ers' smothering defense making last-minute adjustments ahead of Super Bowl 54. All eyes will be on the 2 quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is trying to cement his name as the next great QB in the NFL, and Jimmy Garoppolo, who's no longer Tom Brady's backup. He's aiming to show he can win on the biggest stage.
We understand that there's 2 great offenses, there's 2 great defenses, great special teams units. I mean, that's why we're in this game.
Thousands of fans have descended on Miami, eagerly awaiting this highly anticipated matchup. And if you want to get into the game, it's going to cost you. According to StubHub, the average ticket price is over $6,000. And overnight, about 1,500 tickets were still available. And for those prices, you get the game and, of course, the halftime show. This year, it'll be history in the making with 2 Latina superstars performing at the Hard Rock Stadium. Revealing the show will feature more songs and more dancers than any show in Super Bowl history. And over the weekend, J.Lo even invited fans on social media to tell her which songs they want to hear during the big show. And as part of the NFL's 100th year celebration of professional football, 4 100-year-old military veterans, including Tuskegee Airman Colonel Charles McGee, will flip the coin to start the game.
So the team's going after the Lombardi Trophy, but some hardware was handed out last night at the NFL Honors. The MVP, yes, the NFL MVP, Lamar Jackson, no surprise, the Baltimore Ravens quarterback, the unanimous choice for MVP. A lot of people expected them, of course, the Baltimore Ravens, to be in this game. They were pretty much the best team through all of football during the year. And the Ravens coach even, Coach Harbaugh, was named the coach of the year. So they would, I assure you guys, much prefer to be playing in this game than picking up Coach of the Year and MVP, but still, congratulations to them. And certainly Lamar Jackson, one of the youngest to ever win that MVP award, and only the second unanimous choice ever. So congrats, but yes, they would rather be playing today.
Understandable.
Yes.
I think a lot of teams feel that way. Thank you so much, TJ. Time now for our own MVP.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Rob Marciano.
She's been a little bit too nice to you lately.
Well, you guys have been so harsh on him.
Thank you. Fair and balanced.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody sent me a screen grab of you sticking your tongue out at me on television yesterday.
That was disturbing.
Yeah, the reach is pretty impressive. I never noticed
man. Gene Simmons does the weather.
We'll leave it there. Hey, happy Groundhog Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's Super Hog Sunday. Have the results of what that prognosticator wrote had to say in just a bit. I want to show you what happened in Big Sky, Montana. There you go. Witness for you.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, shredding the gnar there through some trees. A little fresh sprout. Bluebird Day. Already cut up, but looks to be making some nice rounds. We have this next storm coming in, and that has some moisture with it. So we've got a number of alerts, including winter storm warnings up for much of the Wasatch of Utah, getting into the Tetons and pouring over. It's probably into the Colorado Rockies. And look at all these wind warnings. San Francisco down to San Diego and inland to Las Vegas. We're going to see some wind with this. At 6 to 12 inches of snow at the higher elevations as this colder air begins to pour in. And then rainfall at ahead of this through Wednesday with potentially some severe weather. It is time now for a look at your local forecast. Here you go.
Well, hello and happy Sunday. Happy Groundhog Day as well. We do have temperatures today approaching the 50-degree mark. I think we will have a fair amount of clouds in the morning, but some afternoon sunshine kind of clearing out. Should be a nice afternoon and comfortable for Super Bowl as well. 62 degrees, very mild to start the work week. 60 on Tuesday. This is when we'll see the shower chances increase. I think we'll have some rain by the morning hours. Best chance for rain this week, Wednesday and Thursday. Still mild, though, in the 50s through Friday.
This is Groundhog Day, as we did last year. But
Very
there's a lot going on this week.
Malpractice.